Hi everyone, welcome back to another exciting video on connector series. This is Praveen Kumar and this time we have come up with a new connector for Google Cloud AI which internally uses Vertex AI. Google Cloud AI connector is a Camunda AI.bone connector to connect with Google Cloud AI and perform some operations with it. Currently the functionalities that are supported by Google Cloud AI connector are executing a prompt, pre-trained image labeling, pre-trained object tracking in a video. These functionalities are currently we are working on and we have executed and done. Currently this video will be showing about the execution of prompt. The prerequisites for this particular connector to run are having a common platform self-managed version, whether it is Docker version or Kubernetes Helm version, whichever self-managed version that you are going to use. The self-managed version is must and should needed. And along with that, Camunda desktop modeler, which is configured along with the GCA element template for accessing the element template inside it. So, and along with this, service account credential file as JSON from the GCP is also needed for this connector to be able to authenticate. In this demo, these are the demo topics that I am going to show you how to design the BPMN in the modular with GCA element template and building a connector runtime for this particular connector. Along with that, I will be showing you the prompt execution using this connector after building a runtime. So I have my self-managed version ready. I'm using a Docker managed version, Docker managed self version. So I'm using the version 8.4.1. So according to your support, you can use it based on your support. Now I'm going to quickly model this particular connector and I will show it to you. So when you after installing the modeler and configuring the element template, you need to click on file, new file, Camunda BPM and diagram, Camunda 8, and then you need to click on task. On clicking of this task, you'll be getting a wrench icon to change the type of the element. Here you need to search for Google Google Cloud AI connector. This was the previous connector that we have developed. So this is the connector we are going to use it now. I have already configured all these details in the previous diagram. So I'm going to use that one. Before trying to execute this particular BPMN, so we need to build a connector runtime. So let's build connector runtime. So currently now I'm in my Visual Studio Code where all the code is available here. The source code of this particular connector is available here. So now I'm going to build a Docker runtime for this particular connector. So for that I'll be having a Docker file. So which will create an image for that for this connector, and using that image will be running it in the runtime. So for creating an image, we need to have a jar built on this particular Maven project. So we'll be using a Maven packaging technique for packaging the jar, and we'll be using the jar and to build the image. So now I'm using MEN clean package. It will clean the jar files that are previously available and package with the new ones. The build is happening. The build is done. So we need to build an image on top of this jar. So I'm using this Docker file from this particular image. Uh, I'm going to uh, image Docker build 520 DCAI connect to This will build the connector for us, connector image for us. So currently it is in the building stage. It's done. So we need to uh, use a Docker Compose file for running this particular connector. So in this Docker Compose file, I am going to use the environment variables which are required to run this connector. Along with that, I am going to use a network of Camunda platform and attach this particular container to this platform so that it will be able to communicate by using the container name. So this is the container of GB. So if we provide it in the same network, it will be able to communicate through container. So this is the reason why we are providing it in the same network. I'm also providing a volume, which is a bind volume for providing the credentials. So in my particular local system, in this particular file system location, my service account file JSON key will be there. So I'm going to bind it to this target directory. So which will be uh, taking the files from this particular source and bind it to the volume of this container. I'm going to use Docker Composer, running it in the detached mode. See that here the connector is created. See that here connector is started. The connector runtime application is started. So this is the time for us to go to modeler and we can execute BPMN. So I have already previously configured this one. So this is the JSON file key uh, where I'm using that mounted volume to source it to that particular location, and we'll be taking the credentials from this JSON file part. So we need to click the operation as execute prompt, and in the prompt input, whichever prompt that you are desired to put it and to test the model, we can put it here. Along with this, temperature is a degree of randomness for prediction, so it will be varying in between 0 to 1. With 0.5 is the balanced randomness. If as low as the uh, temperature is, that much ran, balanced result it will provide. So if it is 1, it will be providing the tokens with the unrandomness, and you can even select how many tokens we can put our output to. So now I am putting it as 256. Uh, Project ID also is there here. In which project our model is. Along with this, we need to provide the region or location where our generative AI model is present. So currently I'm providing Asia Southeast one, which is Singapore location. So generally uh, this particular prompt will be executed to Vertex AI's Google Cloud Vertex AI's generative AI models, which is a large language models. I'll just show it to you. See that here I'm in Vertex AI dashboard. So this is the prompt that I'm going to, I was executing it in the connector. So if you see that here, to select the model, I'm able to run with a large language model. So you can see that here I have generated built that connector for text prompt. So these are all the text model. These are all Gen AI models which are predefined by Google. So we can use these models for us to prompt your query against it and temperature. So 002. So the token limit I am going to put is whichever you want, you can put it. It will be based upon the model only. So based upon the model, the limit will be there. So as this will be providing some smaller output, I'll be just putting it to 256 because this is a conversion. So run this one. First, I'll deploy this one to the local cluster self-managed version. Sorry, operate. So previously one more version was there. So I have overridden this with test version. I just start this one. Process GCA connector is started, and we can go inside and see the logs. So the connector, after giving the input from element template, it took the details. You can see all the details that are given, and it given the response with hola como estas. After converting the hi how are you to Spanish, this is the response that it gives. You can even see it in here. Here, so I didn't opt it to the output. I have just given this one directly. So even it a variable, it will not be having the scope of this task. It will be directly having the scope of the process. So it went into the process scope here, and it given JC response or thus. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any suggestions or queries regarding this video or regarding this connector, you can post it in the comment section. Or if you have any queries, suggestions for making the better videos, you feel free to post it in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video.